innovations. Well, moving forward for next 40 minutes, I will take you through a window of innovation as well as how we can formulate or define a problem for getting into a business area. Well, the agenda for today's discussion is mind to market, venture creation, how we can form a company, what are the integrities as well as compliances required from legal perspective, nurturing at Srishti. Srishti is an incubation center for entrepreneurship established at Symbiosis Skills and Professional University. How these ideations, which are at the mindset, can be converted into a commercial venture with the effectuation principle, how entrepreneurs are guided through this principle, and if possible, a small activity or a food for thought we will consider. Moving forward, if you see a 3 by 3 dots here, right? If you want to connect it without raising the pencil or overwriting on any of these lines, how we can do that? Any wild guesses here? Have you tried this? If not, I will show you a simple or shortest way of connecting all 9 dots. The first tray which connects all diagonal elements, then a left side elements, then middle elements, and finally the bottom elements. So using 4 lines without overlapping any of these lines, right? We are connecting the dots. Now in this process, what we are doing is we are moving outside the given canvas. Am I right? One is at the top corner and one is at the
मैडम मैं आपको डाला
all good. Shall I proceed?
Yes, yes.
Well, so if you see this connectivity, right? So twice we are crossing our canvas, that is moving out of our comfort zone and completing the given task. So same thought process, thinking out of the box is very much required when we are getting into entrepreneurial shoes. Right? As well said by Ajim Premji, ex-CEO of or chairman of Wipro Group, if people are not laughing at your goals are too small. That is, if you are not, अगर आप कुछ उखाड़ने नहीं जाओगे, आप जिंदगी में कुछ कर नहीं सकते हो. Right? Now, the best thing is the artifact is mobile, whatever we have in our pocket, right? Today, if you list out what are the things being crunched in using this one single device, right? Then that is a disruption in each and every segment. Now, if you see this picture here, the radio, camera, right? Music, then digital calculator, everything is compressed in one single device. So this type of conversion, innovation, we call it as a disruptive innovation because 3 to 4 industries being crunched here in one single device. Now, this video is all about recycling the paper used for printing, right? The innovation is happening at evolutionary level. Whatever we have used here, papers, printing, or the materials that are recycled, and we are getting a blank paper using this device. I will show you this video, play this video at the end, right? So in this entire process, what is happening in evolutionary innovation, things are expanding in a step-by-step manner, whereas in another case, that is disruption, most of the sectors are crunched in one single device, that is mobile phone, right? Now just have a look at these pictures. So what we can conclude here, that is, this we call it as in a local language, it's a jugaad innovation, right? So finding alternative ways to get our things done. However, these ideations are not commercialized in a large scale. So it is individual specific or need specific. So they have used it for a given time frame, done with their work, and they are happy with it. If you want to create an impact, that is mind to market, market in the sense, if you want to create a commercial aspect or impact of it, then we have to think it in an entrepreneurial way. Now, what do you mean by entrepreneurial approach? So, as a businessman, right, if I get a banana for $1 and if I can sell it for $2, so it's a profit margin of 100% for me, right? So, if you want to think like an entrepreneur, I am going to add value to it. So, instead of selling banana as it is, I am crushing it, using it as a milkshake, banana milkshake, and selling where I can raise my revenue from $1 to $5.5. Just see the escalation here. In earlier case, it is $2, and if you bottled it, it is $5.5. The same principle is being used by our own Indian VG Siddhartha. He was a chairman of a franchisee network of Cafe Coffee Day, and he was privileged enough get into this business because he was a landlord with coffee estates. What he used to do is he used to collect coffee beans in his region and then selling it to outside world. So in this process, for $1 billion, he is getting the revenue of $7 billion. Okay, but he realized that if the same coffee beans being crushed and served in a cup, he can generate a revenue of 93 billions. Just imagine the thought process from 1 billion to 7 billion in earlier case. If he can add value in the form of crushing the coffee beans and serving it in a cup of coffee, he can generate a value of 92 to 93 billion rupees per year. So this is where entrepreneurial journey starts. When you can see value addition in your conventional course, definitely you can see a bigger picture of your business empire. And that is what he did when he started Cafe Coffee Day in 1996. Now, to suffice this ideation, what he has done is he has selected a prominent place in a place like Bengaluru Brigade Road. Okay, and he charged a premium price tag per cup. Those days, filter coffee is available at max, say 50 to 18 rupees, and he used to charge 42 rupees minimum for a cup of coffee because he is providing a space with free internet and anything can happen over a cup of coffee slogan. The designing of that restaurant or cafe coffee day is something like a not like a conventional hotel or restaurant system. Okay, sofas being arranged unconventional way, you can use it, sit for long duration. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So these things have been considered in ramping up his business, and he has created a huge network of cafe coffee day franchisees all over the country, and even it is expanded in other countries as well. Now, how to identify this product market access? So we can design any product, process or service, but how we can convince a customer or early bird adapter, we can call it, right? So this model, we call it as FAG model. We will discuss it after having illustration about credit cards. We all have seen this credit card, right? So basic purpose of this credit card is to get a payment option, deferred payment option after 48 days. So what SBI did, they have joined hands with Bharat Petroleum so that they can generate more revenue through a points of business, right? Now, banking sector is considering this credit card not as a service, they are considering this as a product line. Similarly, ICICI has launched a credit card called Rubik. It is for conventional payment with a deferred, say 48 or 52 days of timeline. Now, the new credit card has been ventured into the market, which is called as Unicard. The uniqueness of this card is whatever you are purchasing, you can pay it in 3 different installments without any penalty, without any charges. In earlier case, whatever transaction you have done today, you need to pay after 48 days. But in this case, this product has visualized by a mid segment that customers need time to pay without any penalty so that you can grab the market. You can visualize here how market is accessed through credit card business as a product line. So this is applicable for all. However, the services vary here. As an individual, as a common man, I prefer to pay in 3 different installments when there is no penalty forced on my billing sector. Understood? So market access is same for all, but the way you are reaching out to customer is totally different. So that is called as PAG model. Either you create a fear, either you identify the aspiration of that customer or greed in that transaction. That way you can convince an end user. So for example, fear creation is the model is used by insurance agents. So they say अगर आपके बाद और अगर आप नहीं रहोगे तो क्या होगा सर, आप सोचिए बच्चों के बारे में. So that model they are opting for. Then aspirations, where if you are reaching out to franchisee network to create more revenue through franchisee business, they go for sir आपका revenue अभी 10% क्या है, I will leverage it for 25%. That way they will create ambition so that you can get into a business expansion mode. Then greed, आपको 5% का revenue मिल रहा है सर, आपको ज्यादा margin मिलेगा, you can think about this product or this business. So this is how the marketers are creating hype in the business world. Now, what is that one thing which will help you to get into this entrepreneurial journey? Now, the first part is hobby. As a hobby, whatever you are doing so far, right? You may think, okay, iske liye market hai. People are using that crochet, right? That weaving techniques. Earlier, households or women were getting themselves involved in this crochet work during the afternoon session. TV वो सब नहीं था. They used to go for such type of hobby. And today, some of them have reached out to social cause and they are using this hobby to a social cause, teaching underprivileged community how to go for that crochet kind of thing. If you say Linux is an operating system designed by university student. Later, as a businessman, he extended that skill or open forum for Linux operating system. Now, the second part is passion. Passion is something you love to do, right? Dr. Devi Shetty, who is a orthopedic surgeon, right? Who extended his passion to a bottom of the pyramid, who is offering the low-cost operations to a poor or underprivileged community through Narayana group of hospitals. Then pain point. Suppose you have seen someone is suffering with cancer, right? Getting into that chemotherapy is a painful process. You need to admit, then stay there for 2 days, go through that chemotherapy process, right? If you have seen or visualize something that instead of getting into a hospital, if I plug and play model, half an hour I will go there, I will complete that process. Within next 2 hours, I am discharging or getting discharged from the hospital, right? So if such things triggering you to get into a business model, then it is really nice. If you see the movie Padman, right? So the machine what he has designed is a sheer result of a pain what his family is suffering through. Then the opportunity, where you can see the entire population crowd itself as a business destination. So these are the 4 points which will help you to identify the business ideas. One is hobby, second one is passion, third one is a pain point, and fourth one is the opportunity. Now the $1,000,000 question is how we can identify whether this is going to work or not, whether it is my passion or not, whether I can try my hands with this opportunity, right? So this is where incubators are helping you to nurture your ideation, right? Now, how it is going to guide you in your journey of entrepreneurship. Professor Sara Saraswati, who is an Indian born research scholar, defined this effectuation principle specifically for entrepreneurs. So she had undergone a research methodology with 250 prominent $1 billion business and the mindset of those founders being converted into these principles. Now, what this principle is all about? The first one, it says bird in hand principle. So before you venture into anything, you should know the SWOT analysis, what we call as SWOT analysis. What is your strength? So what you have, what resources are available with you to start your business or ideation. The second one is about affordable loss principle. Now, to get something, you have to lose something. This is a general thought process in today's world, right? So, if you can afford a loss of marketing some XYZ activity and project a revenue of X square, Y square, and Z square, right? That makes a better business model. So unless you invest in something, you cannot reap the benefits out of it. The third principle is lemonade principle. There are people who will always abuse you, who will always underestimate you, your ideations, but ensure that when lemons are thrown, right, make a lemonade principle. Okay? अगर आपको किसी ने underestimate किया, ensure that in next 6 months you are outperforming their expectations. So this is what, so this is very much required, which is called as AR mindset. So the four mindset, one is EQ, IQ, SQ, and AQ, right? So roughness or the business roller coaster ride, how you can cope up, that is nothing but a lemonade principle. The fourth principle is about crazy quit, the connectivity, stakeholder development, forming a partnership from noun group, friends, foes, and fools. How you can connect the dots with them so that you can create a business network. And the fifth principle is pilot in the plane. So once you set out for any business, your job is to control the entire end-to-end activities. So as a pilot, what I do, I am not thinking about speed, acceleration, deceleration when I am flying, right? So as a pilot, I am thinking about how to control the cruise when I am on flight, right? So these are the 5 principles defined by Professor Sara Saraswati, which are guiding a youngster or ideapreneur how to take your idea strengths to the next level by connecting the dots with like-minded people. Rough ride, how to cope up with a rough ride in that journey and get ready to get lost at certain point of time to get the benefit out of it in a longer duration. So based on this effectuation principle, a business is formed where idea and execution are highly valued. Even you have idea, if there is no execution, it is of no use. You are a master executor, but there is no good idea, then there is no business as well, right? So the idea, whatever you are forming, right, should be more useful to the market or customer segment, less harmful to the community or social cause. The third one is about cost effective. So these are the three ingredients of any idea. Either it should be more useful, less harmful, or cost effective. If any one of them is involved in your ideation process, then there is a business market. Now you have to focus on execution part of it, right? So business is all about ideation plus execution with excellence. Now, how to get into this execution now, right? We are all knowledge rich. The gray hair and our lifelong experience will help you to connect the dots. Now, using this knowledge and experience, if you can spot a pattern on a wall in a business world, right, that itself is an indication that you are ready for your entrepreneurial journey. So that is what we call it as creative thinking. You have knowledge or domain specific knowledge, you have experience in respective field, connect the dots and see there is an pattern where you can serve out. That itself will indicate you are ready for your entrepreneurial journey, right? Now, to do this, what are the techniques we use? One is combine. Something is already available, right? Combining those two things, products, right? Can you get a something better, right? That is called as combine. Then second one is rearrange. Suppose we have school bag, right? If you want to get into a market, new market, whether you can rearrange the things, maybe a bottle, placing the bottle in that school bag. If you replace it with some other mode, is it going to help you to get the mileage for your product? Or instead of having simple string, we can provide a trolley kind of thing for school bag, which can be easily carry forward during the travel time. Is it going to make an impact? And third one is enhance. Whatever features are there in a given product, if you enhance those features, are there any market potential? Customers are going to buy it. The fourth one is turnaround time. Suppose you want to buy something, if it takes 2 days time, if something is being sorted out and you make it available within 24 hours, that way you can ramp up your business, or you provide a platform to minimize the turnaround time of your business. That makes a difference in the customer world. The next one is adopting some new features, adopting something else, right? Maybe a competitor, right, will help you to give the mileage for your business, or eliminate some of the unused features in existing product and release a new product. So this method, we call it as create method of ideation, right? Combine to get something new, rearrange the existing one so that you can get a better market, enhance the features for a new customer or new market segment, reduce the turnaround time for the product or service where you can gain more benefit over your competitor, adopt to a new technology which will help you to get seek new customers, and eliminating the unused part of any product where you can have a sleek product which are expected by youngsters or whoever it is, the end market, right? So this create method is going to help you to define your creativity, the new ideation for given market. Now here, if you think about Oyo rooms, okay, Oyo is designed by youngster Ritesh Agarwal, right, as a fresh graduate. Okay, Oyo stands for on your own. So what he did is he visualized that the lodging facility for travelers, right, is not that easy, and accommodating the request or getting the room wherever he is traveling on the go is not available. Those days, the uh, travelers used to book through, there were B2B players who were helping them, but it was not as easy as booking a OYO room, right? Earlier it was early 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. in the morning checking time. So what he introduced is 11 a.m. so that travelers can easily get into these facilities based on their travel time, right? So he has visualized something, turnaround time is minimized. He adopted to existing network of facility providers, right? Eliminated the unwanted stuff from the business, and he has created a brand called OYO. Now, if you see the larger picture, there are only three domains. One is health-based domain, wealth-based domain, and relationship-based domain. So irrespective of your business model, irrespective of your business model, whatever or whichever model you consider, it should fit into these three segments. If you say health focused business model, it could be a sub segment into a nutrition where you are concerned with a niche market of high fat diet, right? If it is a transportation business for wealth creation, sub market is considered as a logistic, and in that you are focusing on a courier, right? Desk to desk courier as a niche market. If it is relationship based model, and the sub market could be a parenting tips kind of thing, whom you are targeting to a teenager. So only three segments are prominent in today's business market. So ideation should be within these three pillars. Now, the moment you see entrepreneurship, there are more hassles, more burdens, right? So each one of them, each problems, if you consider one by one and solve it, then you can enjoy that ride throughout your lifetime. So this is a picture from mythology. This is called as Narasimha Avatara, right? Where Hiranyakashipu is given a boon by God, that is neither human being or animal, neither it should be in a daylight or in the night, neither inside the house nor outside the house, neither it's a weapon nor it's a uh, tool, right? Something like this. So what this mythology says is Narasimha has opted for something which is called as uh, doorstep, where he killed Hiranyakashipu is being killed by sitting at the doorstep. Neither it was a morning session or evening session. It's called as Goduli time, right? And without using any weapon, only the nails being used to kill him, right? So that way, if we say the problems what we are facing in startup journey, what went well, what went wrong, and what could be improved. So these are the three things we need to focus in our entrepreneurial journey. Now, how to find this opportunity? It should be through market survey or a telephonic survey, email survey, focus group. Suppose you are targeting some product to a teenage group, focus and that age group. Then face-to-face survey, or the best thing is to observe and understand the market potential. So these are the approaches where you can generate your market ideation. Okay. Now, what are the different types of businesses? We all are familiar with this logo. This logo is nothing but a product, Apple, right? The moment we say Apple, we are visualizing something called laptop, right? Apple iPod, right? So these are the things. So such type of innovations. Then second one is about ERP. The moment we see it's a software, right? It is a service provider kind of thing. The entire official activity is being captured in one single place, and we call it enterprise resource planning. And third one is a platform, that is Swiggy. Neither Swiggy has established its own restaurants or hotels, but it is providing an aggregator platform to connected to all these players, maybe a manufacturer and end user, right? So the type of businesses we classify into product based, process based, and platform based. Right. The fourth one is a business model. Either you can take manual, B2B, or B2C. But today we call it as H2H, human to human. The third segment, the third part of the business world is, I said, relationship model, right? Where human to human is being focused. Now, what are the legal aspects can be considered while establishing a company? Hello, my screen is visible. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, fine. Now, number of partners. When you want to start a business, how many partners are associated with you, or the directors, co-founders, right? The second one is business scope, whether it is regional based or all over the country or a global scope. The third one is applicable taxes based on your business transaction. The fourth one is quantum of compliances. Suppose you are getting into a IT world, the compliances are minimal. The same thing if you are getting into a biotech or drug molecule business, you need to get n number of licenses from environmental as well as from food FSSAI, we call it as, right? So FDA approval. So approvals are based, these compliance are based on the domains of your operation. So number of partners, business scope, applicable taxes, quantum of compliances, they vary from business to business, segment to segment. Now, there are 5 different ways you can form a company. Why I am telling why I am using the word company is, when you establish a business, you are creating a trust factor among the customers. So unless you are within a legal bracket, people are not going to trust your business. You cannot establish your logo or brand as a commodity. Okay, so LLP, limited liability partnership, it is within the bracket of legal aspects or compliances of company, that is ROC, registrar of companies, the supremo, the way we have Supreme Court, right? So same way in India, ROC, registrar of companies, are considered as a supremo for all business registrations. So limited liability partnership is granted from registrar of companies, and it is labeled as LLP. Sole partnership, here nothing to be registered, only thing is MOU being drafted, agreement being drafted between partners, what business you are doing, and it has no legal scope, right? ये तो प्योर धंधा, so लाला का business चलेगा यहाँ पे based on your transactions. Now, third one is one person company, where you are associated with legal aspects of any business and it is attached with OPC, one person company, but you are within the bracket of legal norms. Private limited company. So when you are looking for investors down the line, when you want to expand your business in a regional global level, this private limited company will help you to get investors, right? And each business term is associated with private limited. Here you need to comply with income tax norm, at the same time ROC's norms. Twice a year you need to conduct board meeting, general body meeting, investors meeting, and you get a privilege here to dilute your stake in your company. When you find somebody is ready to invest in your company, you can dilute your shares. Then limited company. So this company is based on crowdsourcing, crowdfunding from known people or from the public, right? So here you need to have some sort of discipline to run a company, because your image is perceived in the public, right? So corporate governance, all those things will come into picture. Each one has its own pros and cons, but to start with a company in an initial phase, privately limited company will help you to scale up down the line. Limited liability partnership will help you to get the market picture. Sole partnership, you can do a business, but you cannot say that you are an entrepreneur in that business. Just like banana story, you buy banana for $1 and sell it for $2, right? No value addition in this picture. So as I said, it is based on number of partners. In limited liability partnership, minimum 2 directors are required. Private limited company, minimum 2, maximum 8. Limited company, more than 10. That is 11 members are required on the board. Independent directors are as well required. Okay. So the scope, investor access, the compliances vary from sector to sector. So now the next part is, we are familiar with this immovable property, right? Land and other factors. Movable property, car and ornaments, we can say, but there is something new. We call it as intellectual property. Nobody can steal this, right? Once you file or get a bracket that it is your own knowledge or intellectual property, you can get royalty down the line. So here I'm sharing a patent filed by a company, HCL Technologies, in the year 2022. It is not, it is filed in 2020, it is granted in 2022. So this is an intellectual property where you can encash business revenue, whatever it is, royalty, right, based on the technology transfer. So this one is going to help you throughout your lifetime. Either you can sell it outright, or you can give license to the manufacturing firm so that nobody can copy your own intellectual asset. So investing in intellectual property is long-term dividend which you are going to encash it. Now, if you see these logos, you can see the tiny R, circled R, right? So it says it is a registered trademark. So your business, how it is being perceived in the market, right? You are maintaining some sort of standardization throughout your business. We call it as trademark registration. Same way, Yashraj Films, the Golden Ark of McDonald, Amul Baby, and Volkswagen, right? So these are all brands which are globally recognized because of their uniqueness. So this one also we can file it as a trademark, right? So that nobody can copy or introduce a market in your name. Introduce any products in the market using your name legally or illegally. Now, what we do in our incubation center, right? So why we are doing this? Fristi is creating or nurturing the ideations from concept to commercialized stage. So we have 4 different tracks here which are catering to this journey. The WISE is for women in startup ecosystem, where we would like to create women entrepreneurs in Srishti. VIP is venture incubation program. Any startup ideas will be nurtured in this VIP program, where you will be guided through the business idea formation, formulation, accessing the network, creating a pitch, convincing the market, getting the market, right? So that is why the Symbipreneur event is being launched, to identify the concepts, ideations from individuals which can be incubated down the line. Next is GIP, Growth Innovation Program. Those who have already proved their mettle in their business ideation for last 1 year, right, to provide them a short sprint to boost their business. This growth innovation program is being designed. The next one is COIL, Community Innovation Lab, where we can cater it to a social network, social cause, right? So especially the uh, inventions for bottom of the pyramid, underprivileged community, where we are serving the society through CSR activities, right? We can convert them into a business magnet. So COIL is being formed. So Srishti with 4 different tracks catering to the mind to market concept, irrespective of your belongings, right? Only ideation and spirit among the founders is expected, and rest all will be taken care. Training, mentoring, and go-to-market strategies being devised in this program. Why to attend this? What I said, first of its kind, unique program, bridge the know-do gap. So valuable training programs throughout this phase, engage with mentors, founders, and experienced experts. And takeaways of this program: innovative thinking, a business model, entrepreneurial mindset, and course completion certificate will also be issued once you complete this training VIP program. Now, this entire concept, right? When you ideate something, it is very audacious goal, right? Unless you have a laser sharp focus, you cannot create a company, because when you pitch to an investor, he will ask you what is the USP, why you want to do this. The entire process from ideation to concept creation, the prototype, that is refining your own ideas, then coming out with a business model and creating a company will be nurtured in Symbiosis Entrepreneurship Center, Srishti. And each phase will be devoted with certain techniques will be taught so that scamper and create. I have narrated the picture of create technique, right? Combine, reuse, eliminate, then R, rise and Moscow. How to select one among those ideas which you are having right now, right? Then idea, how to validate that idea, get the customer feedback, design thinking, putting yourself in customer shoes and getting something as per their request or as per their expectation, which is not available in the market. Then BMC, business model canvas, to understand the complete landscape of business model, right? Who are the stakeholders, who are the customers, how you are going to connect with them, how you are influencing the market. Then filing the intellectual property, right? This is what I said, right? Power of intellectual property. Then funding, pitching to a right crowd. Then go to market strategy, company formation. These are all inlined activities in that VIP program, right? From ideas to impact will be taken care in the incubator Srishti, right? So that's the reason the Symbipreneur event is being launched. Please pass this message to your respective school, your peers, or whoever involved in this entire landscape, whether it is a Symbian or outside Symbiosis. It's open for all. Kindly circulate among your network. Here it's a fruit. Apple, we consider it as a fruit, but people have perceived it in different manner. Adam and you use that apple and the entire world is being created. वही जो एप्पल इनके सर पे पड़ा and he has defined gravitational law, and ये जो एप्पल is being treated as a brand logo by Steve Jobs, and Apple company is being created. So what I am telling is the perception from individuals vary, and accordingly you will create your own business domain, right? So Srishti is to cater legal and brand identity, legal aspects, the forming a company, right? How to create a brand identity, then getting into a business finance, right? Business model, then creating a minimum viable product, how it is going to help you, how to get feedback from the customer, pilot launch, early bird adopters, right? Feedback from the customers, then bazaar, that is expo, how you can provide visibility to your own business model, then go to market strategy. So how you can reach out to the end user. So these things will be taught throughout this VIP program, and the perception of every business from the stakeholder is different. Here I am showing it as a buyer, insurance, bank loan provider, municipality, as per their requirement, they visualize. So stakeholders, your friends, co-founders, first or initial round of employees, right? The perception is totally different, right? You as a leader, as a promoter, it's your job to convince that end user so that your visions are matching in a startup journey. As an entrepreneur, everywhere you have to sort of observe, right? So you have to be alert in each and every phase of your business journey. So with this, I am concluding my session. Feel free to ask anything. Uh, any questions about the Singvipreneur event or the incubation activities on behalf of Srishti, I am ready to answer. So floor is open for QAs. Manisha madam.